Hello, everybody. How are you doing on this fine Sunday evening? It's official. Soccer season has begun, or football, whatever you want to call it. But MLS season is here. Excitement all abound. I mean, I know I had a great weekend, and hopefully you did as well, enjoying the game. So we're going to dig into it, but I also want to I want to have some fun with it. We like to complain a lot, but I want to have some fun with it and just talk about some of the good stuff as well. So super excited that MLS season is finally back. So we're going to talk a lot about that tonight. But as always, you know the drill. I don't do this by myself. Everybody say hi to everybody's favorite uncle, Uncle Ed. Ed? Is that you, Ed? Is that Pachuca? Paluca. What was the name? What was his name? What's your name?
Peluca.
This is our new defender. Is a new co-host? We need you.
Well, no, actually, no, Peter, it's me.
Oh, wow! You fooled me there.
Sorry about my voice. I was yelling at the
Referee.
The refs that I lost my voice because he was terrible. But you like my new look?
I like your new look. It looks great. I mean, you haven't had that much hair in like 20 years, probably.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
But we got a red card. Aviles got a red card, and Falcone has to play, man. So I'm already.
So you're ready to go. You're ready to go. Got your wig ready to go. I expect to see this at the. See, Ed's brave enough. You're brave enough to put this on and make a fool out of yourself here. But will you do that walking through the stadium?
I just got to get a Falcone shirt. So it says Falcone in the back, and I'm ready to go. So we got to do that. We're gonna go to Canesware, get me a shirt, and then we'll do it. We'll do a whole video with me doing the Falcone thing. Look.
All right. Well, speaking of Canesware, let's get down to business and tell everybody where they need to go shopping. I know Ed went shopping at Canesware just recently. He went to canesware.com, which is where you can go as well. They're located in Davie, Florida, just south of 595 on University Drive. They have the messiest wall in all of South Florida. I was actually perusing their website today. They have listed on their website, they have it's like a coach's polo, which I'm always a fan of those coach's polos. It's a gray Inter Miami polo that I think looks really good. I haven't seen it anywhere else but at Canesware. So good price on that. I think I might go down to Canesware and go and grab that. They have the two new jerseys as well. So you want to get yourself a Messi jersey, you can go there to Canesware. Support a local business. And,
Peter Brown, my voice is a little shot, but I'm going to give it my best shot. You guys want to invest in South Florida, you got to do it with Mia Rodrigues, the goat of all realtors in South Florida. She speaks 3 languages. There's no way you cannot make some money with this lady. She's going to, or making a good investment in South Florida with her. And she's pretty famous, too. You could come out on her TV show, The American Dream. There you go. You see it right there. So contact Mia Rodrigues. And you might come out on her show if you sell your business, or you want to buy a house or sell your house. She's the one to go to. Mia Rodrigues, guys.
All right. And as always, chat room is open, so we want to hear from you, and also voicemail. You want to call us 786-474-4435. You want to have your voice heard that way, we'll take it and play it. And in the meantime, let's say hi to those of you that are here. It's a Sunday night, so some people are getting in a little bit slow. And, there's another MLS game that's I think it starts at like 8 p.m. They have a Sunday night soccer this year as well. So, but first off, we'll welcome in One World, One Goal, who's here. Damian Guzman, Sports Shorts, Julio Enriquez, Skrilla talking about Mascherano. So we got to talk about him. Oh, yeah, Mr. Krabs and Francisco Garcia for now. As always, if you get in a little bit late, whatever, jump in, say hi. Brad is here as well, commenting on Aviles. We'll get back to your comment. I'll put a star next to that. We'll talk about that in a minute. But before we get to, I don't know, Ed, I wanted to go down and first start about like, oh, wait, hang on. We got a first timer. We got a first timer in here. Welcome, Malcolm.
How you doing, Malcolm? I am not Falcone Malcolm. This is just, I'm supporting already our new starting center back because it doesn't look like Aviles will be playing the next couple of games. So here I am.
All right. But before we started complaining and stuff like that, because there's things I felt like when I was thinking up of like the title of the show and coming up with an image and things like that, I felt like this game, I felt like was a perfect way to start a season. It had everything. I mean, when we walked to it had, we got to the stadium, we got to tailgate with some friends. I don't see him in here, but where the hell is Esteban Dito? Hung out with Esteban Dito. TR is
close to me.
TR says is here. I'm not going to try to say your last name. Loves your hair. B Jam is here, but so got to hang out with some friends. Got into the stadium, and the stadium was funny because I was commenting to my wife. We were a little frazzled when we got in because we had to pee, and we wanted to get the shirts and things that they were giving away. But it was craziness in there. It was kind of a madhouse in there. It had good energy. And then the game, I mean, you had everything from, red cards to injuries to, we got the first goal. We have to come from behind. We got a late goal. I mean, it had the drama, Ed. That's really what I'm saying. It had all the drama. It had everything you want. Other than maybe a win. We would prefer to end it with a win, but it had everything you want. Sergio is arguing, saying it wasn't a great game. No, I don't know if you're following what I'm saying. It had all the elements of to get you excited for the season. It may even work you up and get you angry because it wasn't the best game.
Peter, like a Mexican soap opera, man.
It was. Yeah. It was totally like that. It was a bit of a telenovela, and it just made me excited for the season. I was happy to be back. It was fun. We didn't get the result we wanted, but it was fun. And, at the end of the day, sports are entertainment. And I don't know. I'm not one of those miserable sports fans. I was entertained. I had fun. Did I want a better outcome? Sure. But it was fun. Right, Ed?
Oh, it was, man. And sorry again, guys, for my voice, but I was yelling at that ref like there was no tomorrow yesterday. And I'm surprised I didn't get arrested. But, it was terrible. He was a terrible person. And I hope he fries in hell. But no, seriously. It was a lot of, I thought when we scored in the first 5 minutes, that we were going to destroy these guys. But then we got that red card. And, Aviles keeps, even though I think the call was bad because when you see him go down, he did, hold on to the guy for a little bit, but it wasn't enough to make him fall.
Right.
What made him fall was him going for the ball, and it was all ball if you guys, look at that. It was all ball if you guys saw that. So, hope you guys like my hair. So, yeah.
Yeah, Damian Guzman, going back to an earlier comment, says, what kind of Inter-Miami game isn't going to be without an Aviles red card? Exactly. See, this is what I'm saying. This is a perfect way to kick off a season. It's expected, an Aviles red card. I mean, what would it be without that? Right? What would it be without the Aviles red card? But I would agree. I felt like when we live in the game, obviously we thought it was just the tackle. And so we pull up the phone and we start watching the replay on Apple TV, and it was all ball. It was a clean tackle. So that was what are you trying to do, Ed?
Somebody wants to say hi to you. First time she sees me with them.
What does Chi-Chi look like?
I don't know. Like a singer that I know.
A singer? Sing a song, Ed. Sing us a song.
Oh, right now with my voice, man, I can barely talk.
I want to hear you sing a song.
Some cute hair.
See, she likes my hair. Oh, you messed up my hair. That's all good.
All right. Anyways, I felt like obviously it was a clean tackle, so we were like, there's nothing wrong here. But then obviously later on we found out there was a tug, and so I felt like it was a nothing tug, and it shouldn't have been called. But it goes back to that whole thing with Aviles making boneheaded mistakes. Don't put yourself in the position where you leaving it up to a referee. So, that is
Mr. Krabs. Yes, I am Falcone right now, Mr. Krabs.
Julio Enriquez saying Aviles has to go. He's not going anywhere.
What about Cello? That's another guy that's getting on my nerves.
Cello, I mean, looked like it looked like it could be another pulled hamstring. So, that's what I was saying. We had injuries. We had Fafa Picol. Fafa is my favorite new player this year.
Yes.
And
we love Fafa.
I know that people have come on this show. There was like a troll on this show not that long ago that was ragging on Fafa. And while he may not be the most important piece that they added, he is my favorite piece for different reasons, right? Local kid. I watched him play for the Strikers. He's back. I mean, I think it's cool. I love it. I want to put him on the back of my shirt. He got hurt. It looks like a hamstring. And same thing with Cello. It looked like it could be a bit of a hamstring, but maybe less severe because Fafa went down and did not get up, whereas Cello kind of limped his way through the rest of that second half, the last couple minutes. I like what Malcolm says. Malcolm says, Cello is the bodyguard of the team. It reminded me, and I mentioned it to you during the game, there was that preseason game. I think it was the Panama game. I'm not sure. When there was a bit of a tussle. And he was like, there was like some shots that people had taken pictures of him like gearing up, all like, getting his, I can't really do it real well, but, getting his fist ready to he was kind of like this. He was kind of like this, getting in there and like ready to box.
Well, I hear Falcone is like that.
You think Falcone's is a fighter?
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Did you see, I saw it on Twitter floating around. There's some game, and I couldn't even tell where it was from, but there's a game where a player totally just sucker punched the other guy, like clocked him hard to where he went out, knocked him out. Did you see that floating around?
Yeah, I did see it on Twitter. Well, X now, but yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know what game that was or what league, because I didn't look that closely. But he clocked this guy, and which was surprising because you always see people like posturing, right?
Yeah.
But they don't do anything. They just push a little bit. This guy clocked him.
It was a good one.
Yeah. So so Cello potentially is at least out. You would think for a week or two, maybe. I don't know, but
Ian Frey, I think he did a great job.
Ian Frey, my boy from Coconut Creek.
He was all over the place. So I love the way he's playing. Hopefully, he won't get hurt again. But the dude's, I'm proud of him, man. He's really representing Coconut Creek, Peter Brown. He's repping.
That's right. He apparently grew up playing soccer at the field that's walking distance from my house. So it's they actually had a big event there this weekend at the park. It just happened to be on the wrong day. It's called the Butterfly Festival. It's a real big city festival that they do every year. It's really nice. Great for the kids and all that kind of stuff. And he grew up playing at that park, from what I understand. So, good to see a local kid. And coming back from so many, 3 ACL tears, I think, surgeries and all that kind of stuff. And he's, you saw at one point he had to come out of the game, and he was like, because he ran into on that last minute goal. He was the one that brought it up the field, and then kind of just ran into a player's, I think, shoulder or something like that. And it looked like he might have busted his lip or something. I don't know, but Here, Eric Thomas from New Jersey saying, I love Frey, but I only hope he makes it through the season healthy. Exactly. And I think when he had to come out of the game, I think he was trying to fight his way to get back into the game because of that. Of like, I can't miss any time. I need to prove myself.
Yes.
Malcolm is saying, as far as the fighting, I guess he's thinking it was the Uruguayan game from the Uruguayan league. Oh, okay. I couldn't remember which game it was, but yeah, I remember it in a one.
Well, Peter, I don't know if you saw, but it's going to appear in tomorrow. I'm going to put out the game day vlog, and we saw Chris from the Herons was on there. He's coming out in that video too. I saw him.
Oh, you have him in the vlog?
Yeah.
Nice.
Said hello. So you guys can check them out too. Those guys are cool guys, man.
Yeah, run into them once in a while, but they sit on the opposite end of the supporters section. So the opposite. So we don't always, we're not always over there, but once in a while we run into them. Yeah, good guys.
Yeah.
Let me see. There was some other thoughts in the chat that Brad had mentioned. Aviles needs to be benched for a while. The guy can't keep getting free passes, even if the situation yesterday was impossible. Just let New York City score, or even Ustari might have saved it.
Ustari, Peter, was great. I think he was coming out. He was like another defender, getting the ball sometimes, risking it, but he was able to make it every single time. So, he's really working for that starting position. If Calendar doesn't come back strong, he might be on the bench.
Well, yeah. Speaking of benches, Calendar. Yeah, I've been like the biggest Calendar defender, here, and Ustari sold me last night. I mean, like we saw him play well last season. We saw him play in like one game, maybe two.
Yeah.
So he didn't get a good sample size. And then in the preseason, we got to see him a little bit. Looked good. But this was outstanding because he was playing, and I know you would call it a sweeper keeper, but it was basically playing as a central defender because we needed him because of the red card. And he played so well with his feet. I mean, there was a couple scary moments, but he will see. He played real well. But back to Aviles. Aviles is an expensive player. You don't bench expensive players. Aviles, not usually at least. He might. But Aviles is a very good player. He just makes boneheaded mistakes sometimes, and that's because he's like 21. Isn't he? I think he's young. I don't know the exact age.
Yeah.
But somebody didn't like a comment or something. Somebody gave us a thumbs down. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Maybe it's my hair.
Who's thumbs downing us?
It might be the hair.
You're gonna thumbs down us.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Aviles overall. I mean, he saved a lot of situations in past games as well. So I don't see him benching him. I just don't see him benching him. But you put Aviles next to Falcone, which we think Falcone's going to be good. Maybe he's not as much of a liability. I don't know.
I'm ready for Falcone, guys.
You're ready.
I'm Team Falcone already.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs feels like demote Aviles to Inter Miami 2 shows that they will hold players accountable. I mean, look, if Mascherano wants to prove a point, for sure, and so I don't know. Eric Thomas's counterpoint to my point is Frey is like 22 and doesn't make nearly as many boneheaded plays. That is true, but let's be honest. Frey or Aviles, this team, I think, unfortunately, until they prove me wrong, is going to favor the Latino. They're just going to. Yeah, I mean, and what? And Aviles is Argentinian too, right? I think.
Yeah. They're totally the demographic.
They're gonna favor him. It's a shame because Frey is a fraction of the price, but I think they're going to favor him. But if Mascherano wants to prove a point, and Mascherano did do something brave that last night that Tata probably would not have done, and that is he took Suarez out. Suarez really didn't do much this game. Right. You know,
and
he
saw the last couple of games, he was kind of hurting. You know, it hurts to see him run on the field.
But for me, it's not. And somebody else commented. Where was the comment about? Here, Brad had another comment about Suarez. He doesn't like Suarez. Brad says Suarez is another one complaining all the time and not doing stuff. We are not going. I don't talk like that. You can. I put it up. I'm not repeating it. We are not going to win anything if he plays as a striker every single game, especially against tougher teams. Well, counterpoint to that is we won a lot of games with him last year, and he scored a whole lot of goals. I think he will prove you wrong over the long haul. But right now, he is feels like a bit of a slump. I don't know. But he didn't have a great game, and he got pulled out. I mean, it was late in the game, but at least he did pull him out at least. And that, that's something.
I think some people are mentioning Allen. I think he did a great job yesterday. He was all over the place too.
How is Allen starting then? Hey, look, my theory isn't that Americans play, but that they favor them if you have a South American player and an American player in the same position, and they paid more money for that South American player, this team has proven they're going to play that person. But Noah Allen definitely has made a name for himself. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I mean, I think it's just more of an uphill battle for you, right? Frey also, going back to him, we do want to. I feel like I don't want to put him in too much too soon either. I am scared that he's going to get hurt. So let's get him in there little by little. But Allen, when he started coming in, I complained about him all the time. We didn't like him. I mean, we like him and we like his father listens to the show and stuff like that. Great guys. But as a player, wasn't the biggest fan. But he's grown into that position and really is killing it.
Right.
Eric says, Allen isn't the true starter. Let's not kid ourselves. Yeah, he is for now, it seems like.
Right. I think he did well. If Jordi Alba makes a mistake and makes the pass,
holy cow, what a mistake by Alba.
It was a huge mistake. It almost cost us the game. So, I'm for Allen. I think he's done a great job. Sorry, dogs are bugging me.
Yeah. Sergio comments about Suarez. Suarez not suited for this match. We needed a dynamic forward to chase long balls since we couldn't play through the midfield because of the red card. Yeah, probably right. Probably could have taken him out earlier.
That's where you miss Campana.
You do, but apparently they found their next Campana. Ed
Obando, another Ecuadorian, our token Ecuadorian. We have to get another one, and this one's a forward. Also, he's a young kid. He's there's a lot of hope for him, in Ecuador, and we're getting him. He actually, I believe, Atletico Madrid are the actual people that bought him.
They bought him, and they're going to loan him out to us.
They're going to loan him out to us for a year. So hopefully we can develop that guy and he can do some scoring for us.
And I know Marco from our Spanish show is high on this kid.
Oh, yeah. He knows a lot more. Be sure to check out the show tomorrow. We'll be on 9-ish as soon as I get out of work. Yeah, 9-ish because I'm not sure. But, yeah, and we might have another surprise, what's it called, guest, in Maxi Falcone. He might appear tomorrow as well.
Sergeant saying Campana isn't doing anything in New England either. It's one game. It's one game. But I think Campana will have a good year. But it does also, it depends on the team. I didn't watch that game yet. I spent the majority. Here's the other thing about just being happy MLS is back. I know a lot of this show tends to be, and a lot of you guys, and that you want to complain about the team because we're fans and we care, right? and we want to see him do better, and I get it. And so we put up your comments and we talk about it. But just enjoying the fact that MLS is back, I sat on the couch all day. Like, I should have been doing stuff. Like, I cleaned my pool. That was about all I did, which is I scrubbed the sides of the pool and then I turned on the turned on the robot. That's about all. That's all I did. The rest of the day, I sat and laid on the couch and watched yesterday's MLS 360. Well, first off, I rewatched the Inter Miami game. And then I watched the MLS 360 so I could just watch the bits and pieces from every game throughout the day. Now, that's 5.5 hours. I didn't watch it all, but I had it on in the background. That was one of the great things of being able to just, MLS is back. I could just sit and enjoy MLS. But I still think if New England can get Campana the ball and all that kind of stuff, I think Campana can definitely have a really good year in New England for sure. So I wouldn't. I mean, you can't give anybody like at the end of the game, I leaned over to Ed and I said, "Well, that's it. Season's over. We're not winning the cup." And so that's kind of like your comment, Sergeant. It's like you're saying he's not doing anything in New England. It's one game. My silly comment was obviously a joke, but it's after one game. I mean, why would I say that? Why would you say that the season's over? It's one game. But
we gotta give a shout out to our token Venezuelan sergeants putting that up right now, who scored the goal in the very end that got us the tie. That was what do you think about him?
Okay, so before we go into him, can I complain a little bit since we're talking about? I was talking about complaining. Can I tell you how much I really dislike the stadium announcer?
Oh yeah, terrible.
I don't like to see his face on the screen. I want to punch it. I don't like him. After Segovia scores a goal, he leads the stadium in a Messi chant.
Oh,
I know Messi's our marquee player. I'm happy he's here. But Messi had the assist, and it's great. But it should have been a Segovia chant. Not a Messi chant, a Segovia chant. What the heck? Why? He did this. This announcer did the same thing last year. Suarez scored a goal, and he started leading a Messi chant.
Wow.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Can we let the guy, Segovia, it's his first official game with Inter Miami. He's wearing the debut patch from Topps on his jersey. I don't know if you know that. They all wear those. And his first ever MLS game, and he scores a beauty of a goal. I mean, that little chip over the keeper. I mean, the play with Messi, everything. I've watched that play so many times over and over again. It was great. But we chant for the wrong guy. And I'm happy that if it wasn't for Messi, okay, what other game do you chant the assist? Name another situation where you start chanting the assist. Even though the assist, with no assist, there's no goal. I get the importance of this assist, but you never chant the assist.
And Frey started the goal. Did you see that? Frey brought it through the back. He made the pass to Tadeo, and then who passed it back to Messi, who passed it back to him, and he scored.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, and it was Frey that brought it up the field.
That's what I meant. That's what I said.
That's what you said. I don't know.
You can understand because of my voice.
Yeah, maybe. And also, I'm yelling so much that I don't hear everything. Francisco saying, is it the same guy that put fireworks after the Atlanta game? Well, I don't know if the announcer's in charge of pushing the button for the fireworks.
Probably.
But it sounds like something he would do.
He would do that.
Yeah. One World, One Goal says, agree, Peter. He's dreadful. Segovia was a baller. Yeah, One World. Go to the gate of you got to come to a game, though, and see it in person. And you really dislike him then.
I think she'll go to the games once they're in Miami next year.
Yeah, probably. Sargent saying he agrees, but it's not about the assist. I know. It's and oh yeah, Mr. Krabs saying that it's basically Messi's team. I know. We're inter Messi. I know. I get it, but I don't have to like it.
Yeah, what he said. Oh, thank you.
and I like that Messi's here, and you can appreciate the magic that was that play with Messi and all that. But I just think, come on, let's cheer for the guy that. Here Eric says. Congratulations, you've managed to unleash the horde of Messi trolls out there. Messi zombie horde will be coming for you now.
You're in trouble, Peter Brown. They're coming for you.
They're going to attack me just like they've been attacking Franco Panizo.
Oh yeah.
they're every now, since he was a little bit critical of Messi here and there, anything he says, you got all these people saying, you suck, you should be fired from your job. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, he's self-employed, though. So
they really hate Franco now, but we still like you, Franco.
We like him. I just think it's kind of silly.
I think he's honest, and he actually does the hard questions. He doesn't, well, go ahead.
You're right. But speaking of Franco and something I saw him tweet about, and he's not the only one, but it's gone pretty viral. Is Messi arguing at the end of the game. I mean, he did at the end of the half too. Messi arguing with the referee at the end of the game, got a yellow card. And once he got the card, he decided, I'm going to go back and give him a little bit more. Since I earned the yellow, I might as well really earn it.
I got to juice this one.
Yeah. He then walked over to the New York City coach, had a couple of words with him real fast, and then walked over to a New York City assistant coach and had a couple other words with him. And then now this is what people are making a big deal about, and some people are accusing Franco of making a big deal about it. And I read Franco's tweets. He didn't make a big deal. He just said, is it an issue? That fact, questioning, could this potentially be an issue that Messi put his hand on the assistant coach's neck?
It was no big deal. It wasn't even, it was mostly his back.
It was, to me, it was literally just kind of like something you pat somebody on the back, but it was his neck. It was starting to walk away when he kind of did it. It was nothing. But man, the attacks. Sargent, I guess, isn't a fan either because he says Panizo got what he deserved for peddling fake news. I don't know what fake news you're talking about because I don't see him peddling.
Well,
fake
I guess
news.
For bringing it up, I guess is what what he's Sargent's saying. Why even bring it up? He's kind of creating controversy out of it, something to talk about.
Yeah.
I see where you're going, Sargent. You're not wrong.
Yeah, I get it. And Malcolm says, you guys are not into spreading fake news, so you are good. Yeah, but at the same time, I'm not above talking about it, and you may or may not like it, but I'm not above talking about it. But I would agree with, I wouldn't attack Franco for posting the video and talking about it, but I also don't think the neck thing was nothing. It was nothing.
Yeah.
It was nothing. A new Weissman from Atlanta here. He's in a good. Oops, wrong one. He's in a good mood because up there in Atlanta, they I think they scored like 4 goals.
Yeah. Great opening weekend for you, buddy.
Yeah.
So much for us, but we still got a point.
I tell you, Atlanta brought in some big players. I think this guy Latte, whatever his last name is.
With Latte.
Yeah, it looks like Latte.
Put it in my coffee.
Yeah, he's from Middlesbrough, I think. He looks to be a good player, but I think their biggest catch that they got all in the offseason was Chris Henderson. I think that's their biggest pickup that they got.
He's gonna make that team better, man.
Yeah.
It sucked when I heard he was leaving.
Francisco, as far as the arguing, going back to that a little bit, Francisco says Messi and Suarez should dial it down a little bit. Unnecessary waste of energy. Well, as far as Suarez, I mean, he's always been hot-tempered. I mean, he's gotten in trouble. We all know that. Gotten in trouble for it. Messi, I found it a little refreshing. I like the fact that the guy that we're spending all this money on, the guy that, we're inter Messi, right? So all that stuff. cares. He really cares about winning this first game. And I had said, I think last week's show, and I know I said it to you probably during the game, that yesterday's game was not important. I was surprised Messi started or played for the whole game. Like, I thought he might play a little bit, and that's it, because Tuesday's game is more important. The CONCACAF Champions Cup game is more important than the first game of the MLS season. We could make, if we lost the game and got destroyed, we have plenty of games to make up for that loss, right? But the Champions Cup is more important. So I'm not surprised that they sat up Allende. I'm not surprised that, Segovia didn't start. I'm not surprised, I'm talking in circles, but to that comment, I like the fact that Messi cares, and so I like that. There's some Franco talking here. I'm not going to continue talking about that. Anu says 3 goals. And his name is Latte Lath. I know it's not latte. I think it's lot, but I like latte better.
Yeah, it's good with my coffee.
Yeah,
I'm having coffee.
So, okay, here, let's go and pivot here. Messi was right to chew out the refs. They were horrible all game. So, sitting during the game, I'm sitting next to 2 people. I'm sandwiched in between 2 people. Ed on my left, my wife on the right. Both of them thinking the referees have been paid off. The referees have been bribed. They've been bought. They've been paid for. And that's it. My wife is from Brazil, and we were joking about this after the game, but anytime Brazil loses, the referees were bribed and they were paid off. There's never been a Brazil loss that's an honest loss. Never, not once. Especially the World Cup loss when it was France versus Brazil and they lost. I forgot exactly what year that was. But I don't know. It might have been 2002, 2006. It was early in our marriage. So 2 people swearing that the referee was paid off. My take on the referee was there are so many accusations that Messi is going to get all the calls going his way, that this referee wanted to prove a point that he is not pro-Messi. He is not going to be swayed by the stardom of Inter Miami, and he went hard the other direction to prove a point. So, letting things go that should have been called on New York, calling us for every little stupid thing that some of which should have been let go.
Not on his watch, Peter Brown. Not on his watch.
Right. I think, Icam says horrible ref from start to finish. I agree. I mean, I'm not saying he was a good ref, but I think that was my take on it, is that he went hard in the paint the other direction to prove that he cannot be bought. But maybe he could, because listen, Marcelo Claure was in the stadium.
He was.
Used to be our owner. He's now one of the owners for New York City. Just saying. I don't know if he was hanging out with the referees before.
He's just throwing that out there.
I don't know. Somebody was saying in the chat that we don't talk all the nonsense. When we talk nonsense, it's tongue in cheek. So just don't take everything I say for serious. I'm joking. I also was saying that we had a rat problem in the stadium, but
he actually sent us a message. Marcelo Claure was, one of the reasons why we have a team Inter Miami now.
Exactly.
Sent us a message, that we were going to meet up, and we never got to meet up with him, which might be good because we could have, I wasn't too happy because of the result, and that couldn't have been good.
Yeah. Nick Smith says Messi only gets upset and shows emotion if he knows we were screwed over. Right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, and the referees gave him plenty of opportunity to be upset. Plenty of opportunity to be upset. It was ridiculous. So there was. So I made a few notes, things that to talk about. But there was. Where was? Oh, I was chatting. I didn't make a note. I was chatting you guys. But I was rewatching the game today. So like in the 45th minute, there was a foul. against I forgot who was against, but their player Tala, I can't say his last name. I think they call him Talus for short. Their defender. He went in 2 feet on one of our players. I'm trying to find the chat I made to you guys because I had said who it was in the chat, because as I was chatting you, I was watching the game. 45th minute. Oh, tackle on Busquets. It was a yellow card. I mean, it went 2 feet. If the ref really wanted to be tough, he could have made that a red, but it was a yellow. I'll go with that. And then 2 minutes later, the same player goes in on Suarez. Should have been a second yellow, which would have been a red card for New York. Didn't happen. So, the ref was definitely, seeing things New York's way. So, and the funny thing is the Discord on social media, when I was reading all we as Inter Miami fans see it that way. New York fans were seeing the fact that there was 11 minutes of stoppage time that's the league's doing, because they want to give Miami every opportunity to win. So they're going to give them the maximum number of stoppage points. Like even Marcelo Claure tweeted out, I've never seen 11 minutes in a soccer game or football game.
It was a long time, and that we didn't play. It's going to be on the video that you'll see tomorrow for the vlog. I even told Peter, dude, I'm going to leave this the whole time on, because I want people to see how much they were wasting time. And for that one's like 3 minutes long, I think. Sorry, you're going to have to put up with 3 minutes of us just complaining, but it gives you an idea how it actually happened.
Is that the 3 minutes also that we had the lady sitting behind us talking about how Messi's not any good and that LeBron is better?
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that, guys. You'll see it on the video tomorrow. But
hopefully her audio comes out, because it was funny. This like New Yorker chick sitting behind, at least sounded like she was from New York.
Late.
Saying that Messi just doesn't do anything, and that comparing it to LeBron, how he does everything. So Anu is saying that Atlanta got 10 minutes. So we beat Atlanta. We got 11. But so the Discord out there was that basically MLS dictated that we get 11 minutes of stoppage time so that we had every opportunity to win, which is nonsense. It's silly. But it's probably nonsense and silly to think that the ref was purchased, but it has happened. I mean, in Italy it happened. One World One Goal saying LeBron is better. He is the king. Oh, so you two are saying LeBron is better than Messi? They're not even in the same sport.
Exactly.
And LeBron came to Chase Stadium to pay his respects to Messi.
Messi
How about
hasn't
that?
been a game of this, at least that I know of.
Yeah. Anyways, there was 11 minutes of stoppage time. It felt to me warranted, because I'll tell you that check on the handball. So there was also part of what warranted such a long stoppage time was that they were checking for a handball, and he definitely hit his hand, but I wouldn't have called it either, because it felt like his arm was in a more of a natural position. He didn't reach out, in my opinion. But they took forever to check that. And my thought on that was, it took so long for the VAR people to look at that if it took them that long, maybe the ref should have taken another look too. Send him to the screen. If you're going to take that long, let him take a look too.
Right.
So where were we? Sargent saying Inter Miami have the least penalty given, while the top penalty given against them the whole season last year. Where do you get your data from that Messi gets calls? Oh, we're talking about the lady behind us. And,
yeah, the lady behind us.
And as far as Messi gets calls. Okay, so another thing I wanted to talk about tonight. We can pivot a little bit. because there's fun stuff to talk about too. One of the things I wanted to talk about was this. And let's get rid of that. Oh, we do have a voicemail. I got to get to it. I just realized it. We've had a voicemail for a while. But this show, Onside, this is a documentary that Major League Soccer created with Box to Box. They're the same production company that made the F1 series on Netflix that people seem to love. I never watched it. But in the first episode, which is funny, I've watched the first 2 episodes. That's why it's telling me right now to watch the third, because that's where I'm at. The first episode focuses on the first game of the year and focused on Inter Miami versus LA Galaxy. It has the Galaxy head coach, forget his name right now, even though he's a classic player. He actually, in the middle of the game, and this is caught on the microphone, you guys should watch it, says one of his players gets tackled and did not get, we didn't get the yellow for it or anything like that. He was mad about the call. And he goes and yells at the 4th referee, and it's on mic, saying, if that was Messi, it would have been a yellow. If Messi was the one that was tackled, it would have been a yellow. I mean, it's not word for word what he said, but that's basically what he said. So I thought that that was hilarious. So the person asking, like, where do we get your data from Messi gets the calls? I don't know. The coaches in the league feel that way. But, that is the general feeling in the league that, Messi gets favorable treatment. And that's not anything about Messi. Those same comments were there when Beckham played. When you have your high-paid players, there's always a feeling that they are protected. Whether that is true or not, maybe is a different, I don't know. But I'm not a referee. What do I know? But I'll tell you, the LA Galaxy coach felt the same way. And it was interesting. You should watch this show. There's apparently, as of right now, it looks like there are, let's click in it. There are 8 episodes.
Nice.
There's 8 episodes. Really well-made documentary. And it takes you through last season. So it starts off with the whole episode. Episode 1 is about us and LA Galaxy. Second episode is about Columbus Crew and Cincinnati. And then it looks like the third one is about some of the younger players, specifically Kevin Sullivan. So, yeah, everybody should. If you have the MLS season, whatever it's called.
Pass.
Season pass. You should be watching this.
Nice. I'm going to check it out right after this.
Yeah. And they're about an hour each, I think.
Nice.
Oh, one other thing before we go too far. I wanted to talk about, Ed. Change of subject, guys. Change of subject. Look at that. Look at that bobblehead. You see that bobblehead? That's what LAFC fans got as a giveaway last night. They got a Dennis Bouanga bobblehead. All the people that came in the stadium, probably just like us, like maybe like the first 10,000, whatever the thing is.
Peter, you know who would make a great bobblehead?
You.
Me.
I'm telling you. They got about this. Apparently, this is the second time they've done this. They gave away a bobblehead last year too. Forgot the player's name. But Vela. So this is the second time they've done it.
I think it's called Vela.
Vela, that's it. Velas. They want to Inter Miami. I've said this many times. Inter Miami wants to be considered the class of the league, the Galacticos, and all that kind of stuff. It's more than just the players on the field. It needs to be how you treat your fans, how you care for your season ticket holders, and also just your casual fans. Look, this is what we got as we went through. We got this. Here, I'll put it right here. This is what we got. You see that? It's a cool t-shirt. I like it. I'm not upset about it. I think it's cool. Royal Caribbean shirt. That's on the back. It's got a little thing on the front. I like it. But it's not that.
That's pretty badass. I like it.
Let me tell you something else. Oh, yeah, Mr. Krabs says Miami FC gave us a bobblehead. Miami FC, and I think it was 2016. I think 2016. I forget exactly what year. Gave away a bobblehead. I have the bobblehead. Look at this.
That's nice. I like it. Falcone would be a great one. Well, I mean, I definitely have the hair for it.
Yep. This is a Poku bobblehead. And, bobbles. If Miami FC...
I bobble too.
Yeah, you're perfect for this bobblehead right now. We need this. Right. This is... And I saw... a One World One Goal also says, I remember our Miami FC bobblehead of the mascot Hot Chat. Still have it, Ed and Peter. I'm confident I have that somewhere, but I don't know where it is. I think it's probably in a box somewhere in a closet, and I haven't seen it for years. But I think I have that one as well. I just don't know where it is. And I think if I remember correctly, part of it might have been broken, and probably maybe that's why I put it away. But I have the Poku one in perfect condition. And that's my point is, this was at the time that Miami FC was in NASL. If a team in the NASL, struggling NASL, can afford and put out a Poku bobblehead, we can't put one out. And look, I get it. Somebody in the chat said they wanted a Messi bobblehead. Where's our Messi bobblehead? I get it. Doing something like Messi might be hard because he probably has part of his contract is probably his likeness. Like he probably owns his likeness and probably needs to make money on that and all that. So it might be more complicated when you're such a big star for your branding. But exactly, it doesn't. While it would be cool to have a Messi, Suarez, or something like that bobblehead, I would be just as happy to get a Falcone bobblehead. Now he hasn't done enough yet to warrant one. But what about somebody else in the team, right? And give me. He hasn't done enough either, but give me a Fafa bobblehead because it's local kid coming back. Give us a bobblehead of one of the local kids. Noah Allen has really proven himself lately. Give us a Noah Allen bobblehead.
Yeah,
like those are things that you could get done easy, right? It just costs you money, but there's no issue with rights. Where Messi, it could get complicated. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just guessing, but I just imagine it could get complicated with Messi and his branding and things like that. But, Mr. Krabs is right. We could get a bobblehead of another player, but people will complain that it's not Messi. Yeah, I know, but if you could get another player or nothing, I think.
Well, I wouldn't get the. Peter, I wouldn't get the Messi one because I think people will fight over it.
Oh, they would. For sure. And you know what I have coming, and I'll probably do a video on it. Maybe I do a video. I don't know. I had to purchase something. There is the Pops characters, right?
Yeah.
Like these guys, Pops characters. Yeah. These little guys. I got a bunch of them. They did come out with, or not yet, but they came out with Messi, Suarez, Busquets, Alba. They came out with 4, and you buy them in a pack, but you had to pre-order them, and they're not coming out till May. I pre-ordered them, so I ordered it like in November, I think it was whenever it came out. But I had to buy them. Is my point. There's no like. I like the fact that LAFC gave them away to everybody that walked into the stadium that day. But if Miami says, okay, we don't want to do that because it might be a madhouse, like you're saying, people might fight over it. You could arrange it to where it's just given to season ticket holders. You've got plenty of season ticket holders. It could be more organized that way. That way you don't have a person trying to get 3 or 4 of them, and fighting over them, trying to sell them on eBay. They'll probably go on eBay anyways. But I like what Malcolm says. Suarez vampire bobblehead.
That would be awesome.
Where is it?
I like where he's thinking.
Okay. Anyways, let's get before the show is over. I failed to. We got a voicemail and I forgot to play it. Let's play it.
That wig is as bad as Ed's game when he used to play at Soccer 5 and he made passes like Jordi Alba made last night to the wrong team. The wig's got to go. But, so, Segovia, nice goal. I like it. Aviles, they have to bench him eventually. I know you just said that you don't see him being benched. He's a good player. He's going to ruin everything. I have a bad feeling that if they're going to lose another big playoff game or a Liga MX, CONCACAF Champions Cup team to a Mexican game to a Mexican team with a red card like Ruiz did last year. But Aviles gets a red card like once every 3 or 4 games. Oh, geez, oh, Pete.
I was confused because I'm not sure where that caller was from. He's usually from some unique places.
Yeah.
Haven't heard from Ted in forever. How about that? Yeah. I know that voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about Aviles, and he was talking about this came in 19 minutes into the show, so I should have played it way earlier. Yeah, I mean, maybe he gets benched. Look, at the end of the day, the Aviles situation, he is going to sit out some games. There's just we have so many games. Well, clearly he's going to sit out the next MLS game. But good question is, will he play on Tuesday? He's available for the Champions Cup. This red card doesn't apply to the Champions Cup, so he's available to play. Does he play? That will tell you what the coach really thinks about him, right? So because he might be mad at him too and just say, "Oh, we're sitting you down," right? But if he plays on Tuesday, that's the coach likes him. He sees something, and he's A new Weissman is saying the Braves will have an R2 unit figure decked in Braves colors for a Star Wars night. Last season, we got a clone trooper bobblehead. Holy cow, wait.
Nice.
They're going to get one of these? They're going to get one of these, Ed?
That is cool.
I got stuff. I got toys.
I got some stuff, too.
There you go. But all the stuff that I've got, I've had to buy. Look at that.
Oh,
yeah. There's like Star Wars nights at like the Panthers hockey games as well. I don't know what kind of gifts they give away, but we don't ever do any of those kind of theme nights, and I wish we would. I don't know if it's really. I don't know. Do other MLS teams do it? I don't know, but and there's obviously there's more money in Major League Baseball and all that kind of stuff. I get it. But Mr. Krabs is saying Inter Miami needs to do a Star Wars night. Yeah, I agree. Even if we just gave out T-shirts, that's fine. Anu says he brought the R2 unit. I don't know what you're talking about. Me? Oh, me? No, that's always in my office. It's always here. You just said R2 unit.
In his office. It's true. Yeah. He has it in his office.
It's sitting right there in the corner all the time.
I've been there.
Look. Got another one. This one's made of paper, though. It's a paper model.
Nice.
Yeah, I got dumb stuff.
He does.
Ed was commenting yesterday or something. I was all decked out in my Inter Miami gear. I had my cool jacket, my shirt, my shoes, and he said something like, "Oh, show off." And I'm just it's not a show off. It just means I've wasted my money, really. I spent money uselessly on dumb stuff, maybe, but it makes me happy. So
exactly.
What can I do? So, anyways. All right, Ed. We're wrapping things up tonight. Tomorrow we will have 2 things, it sounds like. We will have the game day vlog and a Spanish show.
We're going to have a Spanish show. Game day vlog will probably be earlier. I'm going to set it for 7 p.m. You think is a good time?
Yeah, sure.
Tomorrow at 7 p.m. we're going to have a premiere of the game day vlog. And at 9 p.m.-ish, we're going to have the Spanish show in Espanol. So check us out. Marquito El Oso Donoso will be with me.
And then Wednesday, we should have another game day vlog. So I will be going to the Tuesday night game with my wife, and I will shoot a game day vlog on that day. And we will prove the point that people like Ed's game day vlogs better, because we will have 2 game day vlogs in 1 week, one made by him, one made by B. And I stand by the comment that the people like yours better, and we will find out. We will find out.
Oh, we'll find out.
We will find out by who gets more comments and who gets more views. And I'm voting for you. I'm voting for you.
Guys, leave me some comments if you liked the Falcone wig or if it's a downer. Let me know in the comments.
Palooka, right? That's his name, Palooka?
Peluca Falcone.
Not Beluga, not like the whale, right?
No, Peluca.
Beluga whale? Or
Yeah.
Pachuca? It's not Pachuca, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. It was a lot of fun tonight. There was even other topics I wanted. I had wrote some notes and things I wanted to talk about, didn't get to, but we had a good time talking about all the ins and outs of the game, and look forward to doing this again next week. So again, be on the lookout for all the new content coming out this week, and we will see you next time. Thanks, everybody.